Welcome back to Melodic Memories of Lights Monarch. I'm Casey, and wow, is it ever a storm, an absolute blizzard outside today. We are finally getting our winter weather back, which, there's nothing new about false Alberta springs. So, unfortunately, we are in a blizzard, but that is not stopping me from talking about one of the best days I've had in recent history, at least of this year, I will say. I can't say for last year. Last year was amazing. But I think this has made up to be the best day of my entire year of 2026 so far. And I say that because there's new Black Veil to talk about. Not a new song, but something new all the same, which is actually kind of even better. Very awesome sneak peek, which I will get into. The Olympics, Team Canada doing great, and God of War. Stuff to do with that PlayStation stuff. So, if you're interested, please stick around, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. I would very much appreciate it. And to start out with the beginning of the day, the Olympics. Team Canada has been doing fantastic, mind you. This one day, they played the women in the morning against Finland, and then the men right afterwards, starting their tournament against Czechia. Both 5-0 wins. Canada beat Finland for the women. The men, they beat Czechia 5-0. Awesome. I love Team Canada, love watching them play. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea when it comes to the Olympics, especially the Winter Olympics. I know they are the lesser kind of viewed Olympics. I personally love them all the same, but with Team Canada, when it comes to their hockey, I am an avid fan, love watching it, grew up with it. Thanks to my dad, he's the one that got me very into it and hockey in general. And with Team Canada, starting off their men's tournament, especially with the NHL players doing so well, 5-0. Awesome. And by the end of it, their next game, they ended up winning 5-1 against Switzerland. And then their most recent game against France, 10-2. So it hasn't been perfect. It has been very close, though. They are very skilled players. The men, absolutely fantastic. They've been doing amazing things this Olympics, and I don't want to focus on it too much, but it has been a pleasure to watch. I hope that they don't lose their heads when it comes down to it, because fighting is not allowed in the Olympics, and we've seen a little bit of a kind of a sliver of what that might look like against France, and let me say, I am not having it. Please, Tom Wilson, keep your cool, man. Along with the rest of the Canadians, especially when it comes down to the eventual, if they make it this far. I'm not counting the chickens before they hatch, of course, but if they make it to a gold medal final, if it does come down to Canada, USA, those tempers are going to be flared. It's going to be heated, and it's not going to be pretty. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes, but we'll see if it makes it that far. So far, so good. Team Canada, the men, they are at the top of their seed, meaning they won the preliminary round, and we'll see how it goes from here. They just have to wait out the quarterfinals, see what team they face, and literally, I guess this is the playoff round, and then the quarterfinals, sorry. And then we'll see how it goes. Canada's going to go against either Czechia or Denmark, and it's going to be very, very interesting. Fingers crossed Team Canada can bring home the gold, as so far we've only gotten 2 as a country, all in all. But hopefully our men can bring home the gold alongside our women, who are currently, yes, after that 5-0 win, they are currently done the semifinals. Just one, actually, after I'm recording not too long after their most recent win against Switzerland, 2-1, and they are going into the gold medal game against USA. That one is a historic rivalry. I know the men, of course, for sure, but they've had different rivals like the Russians, Sweden, even sometimes Finland. God forbid Czechia, like in the most recent World Junior years, but with the Americans and the Canadians for the women, their rivalry is legendary in hockey. They are the top of the top when it comes to everything, and their rivalry series have proven that unfortunately for me, Americans are currently on top of that hockey world. Granted, they have not really beat Canada much ever at the Olympics, except for once, and that was the 2018 Olympics. They came back in 2022, the Canadian women, to win it. So they've only won against Canada in the Olympics once, in medal round, I should say. So we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed that game is to come here just on Thursday, with the men playing in the quarterfinals on Wednesday. Gonna be awesome. A lot of hockey, more Olympics, hell yes. And hopefully it just goes well. That's all I can hope for. And congratulations to all the athletes and Olympians that have won already for Canada, be it gold, silver, bronze, or even if you just competed. It is awesome. I love watching the competition and just the passion, the fire, that just ignites underneath every one of these amazing athletes. It is awesome. It's awe-inspiring. I love it. Now, that was my day. At least those 2 wins alongside the Olympics has been just kind of my week. But for that one day I was talking about, that was awesome. Probably the best day of the year so far. On top of that Olympic win for the men and women in hockey, I got Black Veil Brides. Just surprise drop, like, their pre-orders for their newest album. I don't know how many people were able to see this. It really depends if you are signed up. Like, if you're a Black Veil Brides fan, I recommend please go to their website and sign up to their email list, as it was lucky enough right after the Team Canada win, and when I checked my email, that they sent something out titled A Message from Andy Bierzak, and I'm going to read this out right now. Obviously, apologies, I haven't said anything sooner, as it isn't currently available anymore. It was only available for 48 hours at the time that it was announced, and if you were lucky enough to order it, it is, as stated here, thank you for being here. We know giving out your email is not nothing. A million distractions are fighting for your attention, so the fact that you chose to hear directly from us means everything. Because you're on this list, we want to give you something special before anyone else. For the next 48 hours, which again is not anymore, as this has been further written. This was sent out prior. For the next 48 hours, you have early access to the digital version of our brand new album, months before it is officially released to the public. This is the lowest price it will ever be offered, and it's only available to newsletter subscribers right now. This version includes, and this is the kicker, the full album, which, no, you do not get to hear it early. I have not heard the album in full yet. I don't know the track list. I don't know nothing of that. But on the website, it did tell us how many tracks there would be. And there are 2 bonus tracks, which currently is bringing that total track number up to 14 and 16 with this special digital edition that they're talking about. Didn't get to actually see the album artwork either yet. They didn't announce anything like that, didn't show off any of that, but the full album and the 2 songs that are at the end after 14, so number 15 and 16 goes as such. Our version of My Chemical Romance's Thank You for the Venom. What? Like, let me stop right there before I say the next one. You're releasing a cover. Black Veil Brides is releasing a cover of Thank You for the Venom by My Chemical Romance. MCR. What a, like, what a shock. What a surprise. I would have never, ever guessed, as a Black Veil fan and an MCR fan, would have never guessed that they would have done something like this. I know Andy, with Andy Black, has worked with Gerard before, as well as Mikey, and, you know, it's great. That's awesome. Did I think it would ever translate into a Black Veil cover of an MCR song? No. Never once. I know, again, Andy loves MCR, or at least appreciates them, and wishes that he was into them at the time they were big, because Andy, for those that don't know, didn't really partake in the popular music scene. Like, if something was popular, he didn't care, more or less. So to see that this is happening is awesome. I know that the guitars for the original MCR version of the song, you can hear it and think, yeah, you could probably see it on something like We Stitch These Wounds at the time. Nowadays, I don't know. Definitely doesn't have that same kind of Black Veil feel, which I'm not even really concerned about. Black Veil, they've done covers before, and they've killed every single one they've done, truly. They've made it into a Black Veil song, and that's why I'm so curious and excited in this certain instance, because I love this song on its own, the original. And then to think Black Veil, with their instrumentation, and especially Black Veil's singer, Andy Bierzak, his voice, compared to Gerard Way, completely different. I am so excited to see, one, how they're going to make it their own, how they're going to change it. Is it going to be keeping it somewhat faithful while just making it Black Veilified, or are they going to bring out the orchestra and shit and really change up what the song is to its core identity and make it something of their own, just similar to how like 21 Pilots did their cover of Cancer and kind of made it their own in that instance. So with this, I'm so curious. I love both bands, Black Veil being my favorite of the two, of course, but I'm out of words to even say towards that, because I'm just ecstatic of like, please let me know. And the fact that it is only exclusive to this edition makes me think that it isn't just to get their name out there amongst MCR fans. It is for the fan base of Black Veil to just be like, you know, indulge in more music that they know that their fans probably enjoy. At least the majority of Black Veil fans probably enjoy MCR just the same as Andy and the rest of the band does. So awesome to see legends respecting legends doing covers of their songs. That's awesome. Will it lead to anything else down the line with MCR? God knows. I know MCR has been very, very cryptic with their European leg of the tour. That's kind of wrapping up right now, if it hasn't already. And they erased their Twitter. I have heard that. I heard that it was also not really for a cryptic reason, but more so because they opened up a Blue Sky account, which is a different social media, not headlined under old Elon, so that is probably why. Is something going to be coming? No idea. We might get something from MCR eventually. Will it have Black Veil included on it? It's up in the air. Probably not. Don't hold your hopes. You know, like, probably not, just straight up, but would be really cool, and makes me wonder if some of those features that they already mentioned, is Gerard going to be on it? Is MCR going to be on the Black Veil album? Who knows? Doubtful, but who knows? Truly, who the fuck knows? Also, the next track, a special symphonic reimagining of Bleeders. That's the other one. Not as exciting. Still going to be really cool to hear like what that means, because Black Veil is very good, especially with, you know, having Jinx under their belt and everything he knows, his whole orchestra that he's able to just create. He's done movies, like he's an amazing artist alongside the rest of the band, but with knowing what he can do and what he can create in that kind of orchestral sense, a symphonic reimagining, very excited to hear what that is going to sound like and if it's going to have any lyrics, because it might be a very similar case if you rewind time a little bit back to the 10-year Restitch These Wounds. Is it going to be the special rendition, kind of the way they did with Overture 3 of The Mortician's Daughter? Might be, might not be, we will see. The last of the email goes on to say, and the best part, you will receive a 2-minute audio sampler of the entire album immediately upon purchase of this digital version of the album, and that is what is the probably most exciting part of this, because I have heard small little snippets of every single song, or at least what I assume to be every single song, on the album. And I know I'm not the only one. I'm sure people have already talked about this amongst the Black Veil army, the community. I gotta say, I am so intrigued, so hyped. I don't even have words to form thoughts, because they cut the clips so short that I can't form proper thoughts around everything I heard. Because yes, it is most certainly the most heavy, aggressive Black Veil we have ever heard. Some of those screams in that, oh my god, Like, Andy, hello. And we also do have some of those, classic Black Veil moments with the whoa-ohs, the big symphonic, anthemic kind of songs, which is awesome that we're still getting not only classic Black Veil with this upcoming album, but also a Black Veil we have never seen, we have never heard. And it makes me very excited to wonder again, even more so with hearing what we've heard now with this snippet. And again, for those that haven't heard it, I'm sure it's somewhere. I'm not going to promote where, because obviously if you missed out on this, I'm sorry. But find it. It's got to be out there. It's the internet. But it's awesome. And please, if you have heard this and have some thoughts, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear it. Or hit me up at Lights Monarch on all socials, because I am ecstatic. I am so excited to know where is this project going to go and when the hell is it going to come out, because it ends in saying, thanks again for all your support, and we can't wait to share more details about our next album with you. And the album artwork that they did post with it, it's blurred out, yes, but it looks like it's like a knight centaur mix with a flame sword and a shield. Just kind of like glancing at it, I don't really know exactly what it's gonna supposed to be or look like. Maybe it's in a room full of skulls, there's torches behind it, but it looks sick. Let me just leave it at that. It looks sick, and not continue to butcher what the artist is portraying, because we don't know. But for what they have announced, and, being able to actually purchase this, which I was, and heard what I heard, I am at a lack for words. Black Veil Brides, give it to me now, please. It's there. Just give it to me, please. I cannot wait. And I know with the fact that they're able to do this, at least, means we're just around the corner. Literally around the corner to finally seeing that Black Veil Bride's new album artwork, to finally seeing maybe the track list of what songs we're actually getting, which, mind you, 14 tracks is a great amount of tracks, with Black Veil assuming they're doing the classic thing of having interludes and maybe another overture that's at least 2-3 tracks that might be either a little shorter if they are interludes, or just pure instrumental, which awesome, great. I love when Black Veil does that, and I hope this album has at least one moment of that. Not saying it needs to. Black Veil 4 didn't, obviously, but it would be cool to kind of continue on with that tradition Black Veil has begun to grow. So awesome things, new Black Veil stuff. Can't get more, can't get enough of it. It's always awesome to get more from them. And that little snippet, I'm so excited, and I hope everyone that wanted to hear it was able to and pre-ordered it to show that, Black Veil, we are ready to show the demand and everything like that, because they need our support, obviously. If we want this thing to get out there sooner, who knows, it might help the label push it harder. God knows, all the support, I'm sure, helps. But aside from that, Olympics, Black Veil, and the third thing, the trifecta, was the PlayStation State of Play. Now, I don't have as much to talk about with the PlayStation State of Play, though there were some cool announcements, as well as just showing off other video games that are coming out very soon. Great things. They started up the whole showcase with a new look at a very, very pretty game. I really am excited for that. It is a sequel to Kena Bridge of Spirits. I'm honestly excited for the next Kena entry, Kena 2. I don't remember exactly what it's called, apologies, but it's going to be probably a pretty good game. It looks like it's building on everything the first one was, so great. But what I really want to touch on is the end. And I'm apologies for skipping all the way to the end, because there were some good things in there, but the end of the PlayStation State of Play, which is kind of what everyone else is talking about, and that's the God of War announcements. Yes, we have finally got the confirmation and official announcement that we are getting the God of War trilogy remake. So completely ground up remake, I imagine. They said it's in development, so it probably something we're not going to see for at least another year or maybe more. It really depends on how much they're remaking this thing. Is it going to be on the kind of level as the Final Fantasy VII remake, or is it going to be more so of maybe a remaster and where it still feels like the PS2 but just looks beautiful? Who knows? We will see. It is only 1, 2, and 3. I know number 3 was on the PS3, but you get my drift. It is the 3 games that are going to be on it. R.I.P. to Chains of Olympus, Ghost of Sparta, Ascension. I guess those ones are getting left behind in the dust. Maybe we'll see just some, cheap little remaster kind of pack or ports maybe even put out on the PlayStation Store. Who knows? But God of War, we are getting a trilogy remake of that. And the big one that actually kind of shadow dropped was Sons of Sparta. A 2D kind of side-scrolling, at least looks to be side-scrolling. I've never played it. I haven't played it yet. But Sons of Sparta, it is 2D. That's all you need to know. It does have a 2-player, but you have to beat the game to unlock that. And it's more God of War. It is the earliest in the Greek mythology timeline that we ever go. Him as a kid with his brother Deimos. If you played Ghost of Sparta, you know who that is. If you don't, it is Kratos' brother. Not going to say any more than that to avoid any spoilers or anything, but it's exciting to know that we're finally getting more God of War stuff, and especially to do with the Greek mythology side of things. Love it. Loved it since it came out. Awesome that we are getting some more stuff, and the fact that people are kind of upset that it's getting remade, don't know what to tell you. It's just kind of how it goes nowadays, and if you want to play the originals, get PlayStation Plus and stream it, or buy a Vita, get the Vita collection, or my preferred way of playing the originals, PS3. Get the PS3, get the God of War Saga, and probably the Origins collection and Ascension on their own, because I doubt the code for God of War Saga works anymore. But then you have all of them. Play through them, love them. I've platinumed all of them, so it is a great time. I haven't platinumed the PS4 and onwards, like PS4 Reboot and Ragnarok, but the rest of them I have platinumed. God of War 3 Remaster. I never platinumed that one yet, but I do plan to very soon. Especially with all this new God of War stuff for the end of its 20th anniversary. Great shit. Awesome to see. So that was kind of the perfecta of my day that week. And kind of on top of the Olympics, I haven't really had time for much else. I haven't been able to listen to Odyssey like I wanted to, Millennium's new album, or any of the other new releases that have come out since. So I hope things slow down a little bit. Obviously, the Olympics are done this coming Sunday, so it won't really be much longer. I gotta savor it while it's here. Again, it only comes around once every 4 years for the Winter Olympics specifically. So I'm making the most of it and having an amazing time doing so. I will get to the music, I promise. And as for new releases, I want to talk about those, but before I do, I need to mention this one new release. Well, new release in quotations, because I've already heard it. And many of you who bought the digital remains of Breach have already heard this as well. Drag Path. It was announced literally right before I recorded this that the edited version, not the same version that was found on the digital remains, but the edited version, which what that looks like, what that sounds like, I don't even know. We'll find out tomorrow. But the edited version of Drag Path by 21 Pilots, alongside its music video, music video out of nowhere, released tomorrow, Tuesday, at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. I'm so excited. I am ecstatic. We're getting Drag Path in an official sense, not just to the digital remains, but we're getting a music video for that. And I need to talk about this because 21 Pilots, what does that mean? Is this the alternate ending that we all assumed we would be getting? The alternate ending to City Walls? Is this it? What is it? What is it going to be? Is it going to be a montage of the history of 21 Pilots, the entire story of what we got? Or is it going to be animated? Is it going to be a lyric video? We don't know. as fans. We have no idea, but we will find out very soon because it's literally tomorrow, Tuesday at 4 p.m. Absolutely wild that this is a thing. I seen it on my Twitter right before I went to go record this. I can't wait. Drag Path is a song that I adore. I think it's one of these songs that, like, it was actually very upsetting that it wasn't released in any official way, and the fact that now it is for everybody to enjoy is just beautiful. It is an amazing song. I don't know exactly how the edit's gonna sound, but I hope it sounds just as good. He mentioned, specifically Tyler mentioned, that he wanted it to be an edit a little bit different as to not undermine those that did buy it at the time that it was exclusive. So awesome, respect, absolute respect to that. And the fact that they are also practicing it to sing it live at these upcoming festivals that they're headlining wows me to no end, because I wanted that so bad for my Breach show. Didn't get it, but the fact that they're going to do it, I cannot wait to live through some of those videos. It is going to be amazing. That song is just so good. So Drag Path, had to mention that. And also on top of that, I'm going to be seeing their movie, More Than We've Ever Imagined, on the 28th. So literally not this weekend, but next. So very soon for that, more 21 Pilots stuff. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Love it that they are still doing stuff. And whatever they've got in the kind of works for us past this, it's going to be amazing. Like, their track record is great. So I know I'm biased, but regardless, I'm excited. Okay. Next up, J. Cole, the Fall Off Tour. It was announced. Nothing near me, but anyone interested, go check it out. I just had to shout that out because, again, I've been enjoying the album very much, and I wish I could go. I really wish I could, but I know I can't. I'll have to, again, live through some videos. But for those that are massive J. Cole fans like you, Matthew, if you're listening, I hope you're able to get tickets. Go see him. Even if you're questioning it, go do it, because I know you'll kick yourself if you don't. So awesome that is finally announced. And now, like I mentioned, the new releases. There have been quite a few, and again, they're all ones that I want to listen to, but I just haven't yet. Just haven't had the time. The Olympics have been taking up so much of my time, among spending time with family. Man, I am recording this. It is family day after all, so it's been a very good time, very busy time, but I've been enjoying the hell out of it. Now, as for the new releases, aside from Odyssey, which again I haven't heard, is End of Us by TX2. Yes, the album End of Us, with the single The End of Us, featuring Andy from Black Veil Brides. End of Us by TX2. It is out alongside Heartless by Cami Kehoe, Call My Name by Jacob Lee, Phases by Scatterbrain. Yes, Scatterbrain finally able to release his own solo stuff. Brian Birkenheiser, love that that's finally out. And Sour Chalk Water by Human Error. They did finally release some more music. They must have heard me on my last episode. And one that kind of made me laugh because of my experience in seeing him live, or that band live, at when we were young. Don Broco featuring Nickelback, Nightmare Tripping. Never in my life would I have expected that, but hey, awesome, good for them. Hopefully the song's good. I have no idea. But those were the new releases that I have on my radar. More Olympics to come with this coming week. I'm very excited for all of that. The new Black Veil, amazing. The upcoming literal music video and official, quote-unquote, official release of Drag Path, amazing things just through and through. And again, I just have to wait and hopefully save up, kind of beat the old ones that I haven't, the PS4 versions of the reboot and Ragnarok, before I can get Sons of Sparta for God of War. Awesome, big things. I'm busy, but I appreciate everyone listening. And on top of all of it, I need to shout out Alex, my roommate. Happy early birthday, buddy. His birthday is tomorrow as well. On top of the music video, it will be his birthday, so we'll be pretty busy with that, celebrating all of that and just making the most of it, because again, birthdays only come around every year, so you got to have a fun time while they are here. So all of that said, I don't want to do it this way, but I need to say something about it. So I'm going to be ending this episode on a bit of a somber note in saying I need to give a moment of silence to the school shooting that most recently happened, that most recently passed in Tumbler Ridge, British Columbia. Here in Canada, it is an awful thing, and I just want to spend a moment to remember the fallen, especially the children and everyone that was lost, because it is a tragedy that I wish our world would not ever have to face. Those lost, the family affected, you are seen and will never be forgotten. And I just want to say that my heart goes out to the families of the lost. And I hope that nothing like this happens again. Very awful, and there's no words to say to make it better. All that said, please try to find the beauty in life right now for anyone listening. And thank you for listening. And most importantly, thank you for discovering the music within.